Y'all better get used to the fact the Big Orange is back. Big Orange is back. Got Rocky Top rocking all across the land, and we sing it with the pride of the Southland Band.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Vawls Deep Podcast. Episode 4 is officially in progress. Oh, I thought you had up a 5. It messed me up. No Spanky today. He's too cool for us, but we did find a good replacement. We've got the Spur. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, Spur's a big Tennessee fan. Local DJ, does a little bit of everything. Happy to have him on the show. As always, my right-hand man, Corbin's here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
And we have a good show for you. We actually have our first live show. We'll tell you about that coming up. We're going to talk Tennessee baseball updates. Got an interview with Tennessee standout offensive lineman Addison Nichols. Going to talk about transfer Olivier Cumwa. 247, they released their top 25 football coaches going into the 2023 season. We're going to talk about them. Neyland Stadium, Thompson-Bowen Arena transition into a bunch of new cool ideas brewing in Knoxville. We've got the Duel, we've got Start Bench Cut, we have Florida, Alabama, Georgia, all coming your way next. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vol Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
100,000 can't get louder. Gators, come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. We're all Vol, bring it on. We're all Vol, bring it on. The Vol Navy's getting crazy on the Tennessee. We're tailgating, just waiting for that power tee. We're all Vol, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000.
Are you looking for a place to tailgate this season? Look no further than the Volunteer Club. Free food, free drinks, free games, and an open bar. Yes, I said open bar. Also, you're going to get things like watch parties, shirts, decals, koozies, exclusive video content, special events, meet and greets, etc. You absolutely cannot beat the Volunteer Club. For as little as $5, you can join today. Click on my QR code, screenshot my QR code, or message me for a direct link and come tailgate with the best of the best. Go Vols. And we're back. Next, we've got the weekend recap. We're going to talk Tennessee baseball first. Game 1, Mother Nature sure did make us wait this one out. 22 hours after the first pitch was thrown, the game finally ended. Tennessee, every time they would get in rhythm, they would call the game. Momentum with the bats would start, and then they would get lightning in the area. Made a nice run, the second day, but just didn't have enough to pull that one out.
It was a very tough first game, though. We had it there in the bottom of the 5th when we was scoring. The umpires called that bullshit.
Yeah.
Strike.
As an umpire, we're taught that the first sign of the lightning, that we're supposed to get the players off the field, but it was a bit ridiculous. Tennessee had momentum there in the 4th inning. They were down by 4 runs. 2 runners on with 1 out and a 1-1 count, and you pull them off the field. You could let that batter finish his at bat, maybe complete that half inning. There was no immediate threat going on at the time. The storm was still a good 10, 12 miles away.
Right.
The skies were blue. Let the game play itself out, at least for a minute. Then you could pull them off the field. That just killed any momentum Tennessee had right then. And then of course, we had to wait 18 or 19 hours to finish it out, and it just wasn't the same since then.
I mean, you pull them off the field, and then you put them under bleachers. Yeah, I mean,
metal bleachers.
Just an embarrassment.
Put them under metal bleachers. That's safer. But were y'all worried after this 5-3 loss after game 1? Or
I wasn't too bad. I knew we'd make a comeback in game 2, only because Tennessee always plays from behind. It seems like the way to do it.
When their backs are against the wall, that's when they played their best. So, they're cardiac kids right now. we'll see what happens. Hopefully soon.
Right. Yeah, I kept thinking about just our, I knew that Southern Miss, they had their ace for game 2, but we're just so deep, our bullpen is, so that's kind of what I kept going back to. But game 2, the Fighting Vitellos, they capitalized off just a massive 4th inning. I was very worried until that 4th inning, but down 4-0, you saw the team come together. They fought their way out, ended up winning 8-4.
And that home run by Blake Burke, I don't know if it's landed yet. 479 feet. It'd have been the 5th longest home run in Major League Baseball this year if he was playing in the pros.
He hit that church with
Broken windshield, maybe.
Left a lot of players on base, though.
Yeah, we did leave. Yeah, that's one of the biggest downfalls. It seems like that we do that a lot. But what a finish by Chase Dolander. He was fired up, and he had me fired up. I was ready to, start eating some glass over here. But, Blake Burke, it was his 20th birthday too, so that was pretty cool.
Happy birthday to him.
And Tony, I love who Tony is. I love the fire, the passion, but he was just so calm, and it's just cool to see kind of his transition to, just kind of, he's maturing as a coach too,
You couldn't tell if they were up by 10 runs or down by 10 runs. He just sat there with that same expression. He's just like,
right,
we've got this. And, and he knew it. That confidence that he instills into all of his players, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely using it at the right time, and he's using the fire at the right time, and this player's coach. So, obviously, still waiting on Game 3. This is pre-recorded, so
as we're recording this, we're actually waiting to see if we're going to play today.
Yeah,
it's
was
on a Monday.
Was supposed to be 6. Now they're saying 9.
It'll end sometime Tuesday morning.
Yeah, just NCAA, just horrible. I mean, this whole series, they've seen the weather for everybody knew this was coming. You have Game 1 going like it did. Now you've got Game 3 going like it is. It's just horrible. I mean,
I will say I'm glad they delayed the game in advance instead of getting the players out there warming up and arms warmed up and then pulling back off. Instead, at least they've been able to wait, and we'll see how it goes later on tonight.
Now, isn't there a rule, like if it goes 4 days and you can't play in 4 days of the series starting, both teams forfeit?
I don't start any rumors, but I don't believe so.
Somebody's telling me that day, and I didn't ever heard that before, but
I think even in the Supers you have to play 9.
They're going to finish the game.
I don't even think they'll let you play 7 innings.
I wasn't saying 7. I'm saying
I know.
the game in general.
I know. I'm just saying I think that's how particular they are. Is you got to play the full 9 no matter what.
There's a certain fun Twitter account that put that out there earlier today. That is may or may not be the most accurate.
Oh, I know who you're talking about then.
Tennessee softball, obviously pre-recorded show. So, but anyway, just want to give them a shout out for just an amazing year, and I think they'll definitely be back.
If it was college basketball, we'd be in the Final Four for softball. So
right.
Ashley Rogers played ball not too far from here in Meigs County. I had to umpire a couple of her high school games, and she may go down as the 2nd greatest pitcher in Tennessee history.
Oh, really? Yeah, I seen where I didn't know she was even from Meigs County until this year, but yeah, I've seen where some of the players around here have actually got to play her, so that's very cool.
I ejected her head coach.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah.
Olivier Cumwall, he decided to transfer to Michigan. Overall, solid career for him. Just very inconsistent, but I don't know. I was always kind of confused as to what was wrong with him, kind of with the team. I mean, you would just see different versions of him.
Hot or cold.
Yep. But with that being said, we don't beat Texas or Duke without him last year. So, I don't know, mixed emotions with it. But,
I feel like that maybe he can go to Michigan and become the man there.
Probably.
Whereas where he's at Tennessee, he's got stars all around him. He's got Triple J and Santi and Ziegler, and so he's seen the writing on the wall this year. He knew he's just going to be another number or another threat, but to be the man, he can do that at Michigan possibly.
Yeah, he was only Vol to start in all 36 games last season. So I don't know.
We're going to miss his defense.
We're going to miss the defense. Any hard feelings or?
I can't judge a kid for trying to better his own life. So. At least he didn't go to Florida or Kentucky.
Yeah, that is true. But like, I mean, I think we're going to be fine. But if there were locker room issues or chemistry, team issues, then I mean, Barnes is hard to play for. I mean, you got to
he demands excellence.
You got to have you got to be a certain type of player to be able to play for Barnes. So if it's best for the team, and I mean, you never know, that could be what what was talked about, or
we certainly don't know what goes on inside the locker room or in those coaches' meatings or practices all the time. So wish him the best.
Oh yeah, best of luck.
Unless he plays us.
Yeah, at least Michigan lost that big center. What was his name? Dickerson. Yeah, Dickerson. He's the one that destroyed us the year before last in the tournament. But I think he ended up going to. It was a rival. I can't remember where it was, Kansas or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, we've got our first live show. Me and Corbin. This coming Saturday, June 17th, from 9 to 5, we'll be at the Smoky Mountain Convention Center doing the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase. Make sure you like them on Facebook. We're going to do some giveaways and screw up our first live, Corbin.
It's going to be fun, exciting. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
First live show, and we'll go on all in.
All out. We ain't doing it in the
go big or go home, guys. Yeah. Get it done.
We're not doing it in the Vol Cave or anything like that, but
appreciate them for inviting us, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was awesome. It was kind of a surprise. But yeah, we'll take it. We're fired up. We might even break out the overalls early on them this year.
And it's coonskin over here.
Coonskin hat.
You'll have at least one viewer. I'm gonna tune in and watch live.
Well, that'll be worth it. Just want to give a shout out. Great news academically for Tennessee football. Highest team semester GPA in program history. 76 student athletes with a 3.0 GPA or higher. 25 student athletes made the dean's list. Yeah, that's awesome. That was, just hat tip to Coach Heupel and kind of the standard that he's putting in place. Also, Parker McKinney. Just want to give a shout out to him. Cofield boy. A lot of people from around here have never done what he's done. He got invited to the Manning Passing Academy. So very cool. Eastern Kentucky quarterback.
Well, he holds. I think he's broke every record for the quarterback position in Eastern Kentucky history.
Yeah, and he could have left there and played, somewhere bigger. And I mean, who knows what he does after this?
He's still. I saw online he's on ESPN.com as a NFL draft prospect.
Oh, really?
And there's a lot of teams. Players that come from them FCS schools.
Yeah, make a career out of it. The little kid from Single A Cofield going to make it big time. We hope.
Right. Yep. We've had a few, but nothing like this. But just congratulations, and that was our weekend recap. We'll be right back with our first main talking point. Z&N Concrete are the professionals you need to call for all of your concrete finishing needs. Driveways, sidewalks, curbs, garage pads, footers, and much more. They can do it all. No job is too big, no job is too small. Give Z&N Concrete a call today, 865-360-6176, residential or commercial. That's Z&N Concrete, 865-360-6176. And we're back. We've got our first main talking point of the day presented by Big Orange Concrete Pumping. For our talking point today, 247 put out their 2023 top college football coaches going into this season. We're going to break that down. So let's just start at number 25. I'll let you go first, Spur. Steve Sarkisian.
He's at Texas. I think he's going to be a little bit unproven as a head coach. Done a great job as a coordinator, and we'll see what the future holds for him. I think 25 is a good starting spot for him.
It's Texas. He may do something this year, but when he comes to SEC next year, it's going to be a whole different ball game for him. So when he gets to SEC, then we'll see what he's made of. Yeah.
That is a very good point of, holding off, just kind of seeing what he's got. I think he's a horrible person, but I don't know. I think you could possibly put him in the top 20, especially if he takes off them dumb glasses that he likes to wear. But, I mean, he lost to Bama by 1. He got screwed, in my opinion. Saban got the treatment in full effect that day. But he dragged Oklahoma 49-0. He did lose to Oklahoma State, lost to Texas Tech, TCU, and Washington. But all of them was 7 points or less. I mean, I think Texas is going to be pretty good under him. Number 24, Shane Beamer.
Good old little USC.
USC juniors, Shane Beamer.
You know, as far as a coach goes, he's got potential. He's got potential to be a great coach if he can stay out of his own way. We all know what happened down there last year, and I'm still sore about it. But
Yeah.
24, I believe it's a little low for him. I think you should be in the upper teens, maybe.
Oh, wow. Corbin?
I don't believe so.
I don't either.
I actually think he should be with the one on this list removed. Put Jeff Traylor from UTSA in on this list. I'd probably put him top 20 because what he's done with Texas San Antonio is pretty amazing. He's got see here 30-10 record with Texas San Antonio, back-to-back conference champions, back-to-back CUSA Coach of the Year. That's a team that's only been around since 2011.
Right.
You know, this year for Beamer is really a proving year for him. He's done the talking now. Let's see if he can actually walk in this SEC. If he can, then maybe we can discuss putting him higher.
Yeah. I think he's Butch Jones 2.0, and I hate this dumbass. Get him out of my top 25. I mean, he was
his
on
foot in his mouth.
He was on the hot seat all year until the last 2 games of the season. Lost to Mizzou. Lost to an Arkansas team that was just banged up. Barely squeezed by Kentucky without Will Levis. They're starting running back and pretty much their entire offensive line. Barely beat Vanderbilt. The worst Florida team in 20 years beat them 38-6. And they lost to one of the worst Notre Dame teams in years in the bowl game. So I'm take your Beamer ball and go to around.
And broke our hearts.
Yeah. Go around number 30 for me. Number 23, Mac Brown, North Carolina.
The ACC's looking for a dominant team again because I think Clemson's on the decline. So Mac Brown, North Carolina, they have a chance.
I feel like Mac Brown's just at the end of his career. Like, this is like it for him, and I don't have no confidence in him doing anything with North Carolina. I've heard this from North Carolina how many times. Remember that one year they started out ranked like 8th, 7th, 6th, something like that, and they had all their players get suspended, and then they fell out. And then they done it again, 5 years ago? Oh, we're top 10 ranked with North Carolina over here, and then same thing's going to happen. It don't matter. It's just North Carolina football is just never going to get to that point that they should be.
Are they the Kentucky of football at the ACC? You know, basketball school
They
trying to be.
they very well could be. Yeah,
They are.
That's a pretty good comparison.
I'd say Duke, but Duke's just that's like Vanderbilt, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think Mac Brown as a coach deserves it just a little bit better. But let's be honest, like you all, North Carolina has never been, relevant, or I don't know. They just have lack of resources for football, and I don't know. I mean, I think a top 20 spot would be fair for just Mac Brown as a coach, but
I'd say top 20 for coach, but I just feel like it's the end for him.
Yeah, it's the end. We're not talking about, him back in the day. So yeah, it's 2023. So
I would say his Texas run, damn good run.
Right.
Damn good run.
Yep. All right. Now we're gonna go to number 22. We've got Dave Aranda, Baylor.
Baylor's the forgotten team in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always there. They're always competing. So we'll see what happens with them. I'm not very familiar with Dave Aranda myself, but we'll leave him right there at 22 for now.
I know what he looks like. I don't watch much Baylor football. What I have watched was some high-profile games last year.
It's a beautiful campus. I've been there.
Yeah.
Got a nice stadium. It's actually, I'm so surprised at how much of a crowd comes out to Baylor football games, honestly. Like, I would never have thought.
And the Dr. Pepper Museum's next door. Aha, taught you something.
Dang. But I'd probably put him 20 to 25 myself.
Yeah, I think this is just about right for Dave. He's like shown flashes of being really good. Got to get that offense going. He's a defensive-minded coach, but got to improve. I mean, last year, what was they like 6 and 7?
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it wasn't very pretty. Number 21, we've got Mike Norvell, Florida State.
Let you go first, Corbin. Go ahead.
I ain't saw nothing out of him so far. I mean, it's hard to back up what Jimbo's done previous. And right now, Florida State's not the Florida State that I know. And how long's he been with Florida State? 3 years now? 2 years?
It's something. That sounds right somewhere. I don't know.
He's barely got a winning record, I know.
You know, he's almost like the Derek Duel of Florida State, coming in, you know, after Philip Fulmer at Tennessee and trying to fill some big shoes. And, you know, Florida State, just like North Carolina, has a chance to overtake Clemson in the ACC. Let's just see if it can happen.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with you all. You know, I don't know. We'll just kind of leave him here, I guess, and see what's going on. But a lot of people, they've got Florida State being the hottest team, you know, going into 2023. They've got a lot to prove. I think that first matchup with LSU is gonna tell a lot. Number 20, Mario Cristobal, Miami.
Future star coach.
Him?
I like him. I like the hire. I think he's going to bring some energy to Miami. The Hurricanes may be back before we know it.
Shit. Miami's been trying to get back for 20 years now.
The U.
We've been through that ourselves, I believe.
Well, the thing with Miami's done no improvement, though, whatsoever. I haven't never saw any improvement. I mean, they've always said they've been going to be good. And what they had, that golden chain that one time and all that going around.
They got pretty colors.
I don't give a damn about their colors. I don't hate Miami. I would like to see Miami succeed. I ain't got a problem with Miami.
It's good for college football, and you know, a team like that's good.
It's
I think
my favorite Florida team, I believe.
They're just one of those teams I look at that's just always stuck in that same position, no matter what.
There's a lot of hype around Miami right now. He does recruit very well. But as of now, I mean, Mario don't belong in the top 20 for me, you know, until the U stops talking and media stops talking and they start doing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either.
That's why I say future star. He's not there yet, but he can get there.
He can get there with another team. Another team will say that.
You just don't like Miami, apparently.
Huh?
You just don't like Miami.
I don't have a problem with Miami. It's just I've watched football my whole life, and I know how Miami is. Miami was good back in like 2000, 2001,
I love their
2003.
back then.
You know, maybe The Rock could just drop the XFL and go coach at Miami. That's where he went to school. You know, played there.
Then they do something because they don't want to go play for The Rock. But he's going to run for president, go coach a team. He's going to do everything. He may be the next dictator of North Korea. I don't know.
Yeah, add it to his list. Number 19, Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State.
Oh, the mullet. The mullet. You know,
I miss the mullet, man.
he was almost in Knoxville. I'm a
man.
40.
I'm 40.
I am 41 now.
He's been there forever too.
You know, he just could never get past Big Brother Oklahoma. Now Oklahoma's going to the SEC, so that may be out of his way. And, you know, 19 seems about right for him. He's never been the man, but I like him. I've always liked him. I always like his interviews, and his kids seem to play hard for him.
I ain't got a problem with you. I think he's a pretty good coach, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State's always pretty consistent, 8-9 wins a year, and they ain't won many conference championships, but they've always competed. So he's always been there as a hell of a coach.
Yeah, rumors of him to Tennessee, you know, had me excited for a little bit. It was better than some of the other names that was mentioned.
Yeah, he I think he kind of used us as a pivot to get more money.
Made a little money.
Yeah,
I don't blame him a bit.
I was surprised kind of by this one. I mean, he's been in Oklahoma since 2005. 67.5% win rate. I think he's a great offensive coach. I think they finished in the top 10 in offense. I mean, a whole
They're a
lot.
high-scoring
A whole
team.
lot. But I like Gundy in the top 15 for me personally. Number 18, we've got Chris Kleiman. I believe that's how you say it.
Had a good year last year.
Kansas State, yep.
High expectations this year, so we'll see if he can remain in the top 20 next year.
I think he should be top 20.
you?
I'd put him on 15th because he's last year 10-4 with Kansas State. Before that year, they was 2-10, I think it was, something like that. Kansas State's not a football team. Like I used to, as a kid, look up like who's got the worst records in all of college football history. And it was like UTEP and like University of Idaho, and Kansas State was on the list. There's another like big surprise on the list. I forget who it was, but Kansas State back 2003. Remember that 2003 was it to Kansas State team that's so damn good?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's going to get them back to that kind of
Bring them
level.
back.
I think, honestly, this year Kansas State can compete for a Big 12 championship.
Oh, wow.
I'll wait for a bigger school to come try to gobble him up.
I won't be surprised a bit if he went to another school.
Yeah, I agree with this ranking as well. I mean, last year he beat like 3 national ranked teams. He beat TCU last year in the Big 12 championship. He won 69 games in 5 years at North Dakota State. So, yeah, I agree with this as well.
How many championships did he win with North Dakota State?
I'm not sure on that one.
Because they've won a lot of FCS national championships the past 15 years.
Number 17, Coach DeBoer, Washington.
Is that Pac-12? Because I don't know a thing about Pac-12 football other than Utah was fun to watch last year and USC lost to Tulane. That's all I remember.
Corbin?
He's done good with them last year, 11-2. That's about all I can say. Washington's just always an up and down team. Don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, he's too high for me personally. I think top 25 is fine, but he don't belong near the top 15. Weak schedule. Haven't proved anything, and like it's the Pac-12.
I already missed a Pirate.
Yeah. R.I.P. Pirate.
Yeah.
Number 16, Willie Fritz, Tulane.
Move him up.
Move him up.
Absolutely
Move
move
him
him up. He may have
Move him
been
on up.
he may have been in the candidate for Coach of the Year last year. Took Tulane all the way to the Cotton Bowl and embarrassed USC, which tickled me to death.
Went 12-2 last year with Tulane. I tell you what, he won't be at Tulane long.
I do agree with that. Yeah, I agree with this. I could agree that he should be ranked a little higher than this. I like it. He was up for National Coach of the Year. I don't know. Keep taking Tulane to the next level and keep moving on up, buddy. Number 15, Mark Stoops, Kentucky.
That's a tough one.
I would love to see what Mark Stoops could do at a different school. He's got a quarterback coming in.
100%. I agree with this ranking. Honestly, Stoops, like you just said, Stoops is better than Kentucky, and I think he's reached Kentucky's ceiling. As far as football goes.
When I numbered these, I put Stoops at 14.
14.
Which is just one above where they got him at now, and that's just because he's at Kentucky. What could he do at a bigger school?
Right, and I mean I don't have anything against Stoops. Like I said, he's done wonders for Kentucky. Number 13, Lane Kiffin.
Oh, you skipped one.
Oh, probably because he's irrelevant. Number 14, Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M.
Costly.
$91 million. I had to put Stoops above Fisher just because of that. Very, very costly.
I think Jimbo's a good coach. I don't know. I hate to say they're going to fire him because they're paying him so much money. They got to pay him so much money. But he's on the hot seat, I believe.
I think we embarrass him in Neyland Stadium this year.
I do too. This one's tough. He's not done anything since Jameis Winston. 37-17 at Texas A&M with like the best of the best players. Just says you can say what you want to, but he's just buying them up. I mean, you can't take the national championship from him, but he's like one season away, in my opinion, from just falling out of the whole top 25, in my opinion. But we can leave him here for now. And now let's get to our old friend Lane Kiffin at number 13, Ole Miss.
This is where I get kicked off this podcast. I got Lane Kiffin as the 7th best coach in the country. I think he's the 3rd best in the SEC. I'd love to see what he could do at somewhere like Tennessee. But he's stuck at Ole Miss. I think he's a great offensive mind. He can recruit. He can talk. He can promote. I've been on the Lane train forever. I never fell off of it. I might have been upset for a while, but I was all on the Lane train.
So you said you have him 3rd in the SEC?
I am 3rd best in the SEC.
So do you have him better than Heupel?
I do.
Wow, okay.
That's coming up soon. I have him number 7 overall.
Okay. Corbin?
I like Lane Kiffin. I'd put him top 10. I love Lane Kiffin. Let's rephrase that. He's a hell of a coach.
Yeah, I think Lane, he belongs around 10 or 11 for me. He's struggling with like the NIL just to get the money, but at the same time he's doing really good in the portal. But I think he's a great coach. I think he's going to have a good year this year. My heart, I don't think will ever heal from what he done, but
that's none of us will ever forget.
Nope. All right, number 12, Sonny Dykes, TCU.
The Cinderella story last year was TCU.
Yep.
Probably kept us from going to the playoffs. Sonny Dykes did a hell of a job down there last year. They got him at 12. I put him at number 10 just because of what have you done for me lately.
I'd move him back to, he's about right. Maybe one position back. He's not a bad coach. He's doing a hell of a job at TCU.
Yeah, it seems like he's either in the past it's like really good or really bad, but I'm gonna go top 10 just because he took his team to national championship in year number 1. He won 10 National Coach of the Year awards last year. They were finished like 7th in the Big 12 last year. So
he was just so positive all the time.
Yeah,
positive energy.
Yeah, so yeah, I think top 10 for Sonny. That's just my opinion.
No horny fogs.
Number 11, James Franklin, Penn State.
I feel like this is about right for James Franklin. I put him at 12 overall. He done wonders at Candy, and at Penn State he's just kind of been there. And they're not dominated. They haven't gotten over the hump of Ohio State and Michigan. So 11, 12, I'm good with that.
I feel like James Franklin, Penn State's 1 or 2 steps away from competing with the Big Ten, like Big Ten championship.
But they're always 1 or 2 steps.
But they're right there.
For me, he's too high.
What?
Yeah,
there's no way, Luke.
His winning percentage
no
is like
way.
600.
No way.
I don't know. Just the schedule's really weak.
He won at Vanderbilt.
I don't know. The schedule's weak. He's had like 3, maybe 4 good years, but nothing special. I think, I don't know. For me, between 15 and 20. I like Penn State, by the way. I have nothing against Penn State.
I'm a James Franklin believer.
Okay, number 10, Josh Heupel, Tennessee.
Who wants to go first?
He's outside the top 25. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I was about to say, last week you were in here just standing up and talking national championships, Corbin.
No, hey, Josh Heupel's our guy. He's done more for Tennessee football here the past, 3 years or so than since Phillip Former. You could say Bush Jones. You could say Jeremy Pruitt. They did good things themselves. But Josh Heupel's got the recruits coming in. It's got us every ranking on the offense and the defense is way more than it's been since Phillip Former.
I got Josh Heupel number 8 nationally, number 4 in the SEC, just 1 step below Lane Kiffin, and it may only be because Lane Kiffin has to win over him. And I feel like Kiffin coached that game in a way that dictated how it went. Just all the injuries or the fake injuries or whatever we want to call it. That was all a coaching scheme, and I think we got the right man. There's no doubt in my mind. I love Josh Heupel. I'm tickled to death he's at Tennessee's. Got him number 8 right now, and I hope next year we can have him at number 5, number 4, maybe even higher, because we are going in the right direction, and there's no stopping us.
At first, I seen 10, and I was like, okay, this is probably fair, until I seen what's in front of him.
Lincoln Wiley.
.742 winning percentage. He beats Alabama. He destroys LSU. He destroys Clemson in year 2 with the depleted roster. He beat 3 out of the 4 last national championships in one season. Always has a top 10 offense. Call me a homer, but the stats don't lie. Give me Josh Heupel at number 5.
Tennessee was one bad game away from a possible national championship berth.
Yep, and year number 2. You got to think, year number 1, he gave Alabama all they wanted down there until we just ran out of gas.
You know,
we went minus, 36, 38 players last year.
Met Coach Heupel at a local restaurant in Knoxville, and I walked up to him, and I shook his hand. I just looked him in the eye and said, thank you. And that's all I wanted to tell him was thank you.
I've got him at number 6, by the way.
Number 6?
Yeah.
There's another outlet I heard on the radio this morning, actually, that has him at number 5 as well, but I cannot remember who it was. Number 9, we've got Luke Fickell, Wisconsin.
How long's he been at Wisconsin?
This will be his first year.
First year.
First year?
I couldn't put a first-year coach in a new school in the top 10.
Yeah.
I rank him at number 13. The potential's there, but it's Wisconsin.
What happened to Wisconsin's other coach? Was he the one that kept getting sick? No, that was Minnesota's. Never mind, that was Minnesota's. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. we know so much about Minnesota football over here.
Wisconsin football, you know.
But Wisconsin's always good.
Crowds are awesome there.
The crowds are good. They're very good. Great talent developer, first year Wisconsin. So I don't think top 10 yet, but I could see 12 or 13 probably. Number 8, Kyle Whittingham, Utah.
They had one hell of a year last year.
1 year.
1 year, yep. I put him at number 9 just to see what they can do coming years. You know, Utah's always right there, and they always beat USC, so that should tell you about the other coach that we're going to talk about.
Maybe he can be the next not Lane Kiffin. Who coached Utah before?
We're talking Pac-12 football again.
I have no idea.
This like 04. Urban Meyer. I don't know. I can't believe I forgot that. It was Urban Meyer because I remember as a kid when Urban Meyer was so good, and I remember their coach left, and it was Urban Meyer. Yeah, he went on to pretty good things.
Completely forgot Urban Meyer was ever at Utah.
Yeah, I've got a.
He about won a championship with Utah, if I remember.
I don't remember him at Utah.
You don't remember Urban Meyer at Utah?
I don't. Okay, and next we've got Lincoln Riley at USC.
They got him at number 7. Lincoln Riley at USC at 7. I just hate USC. So, but you know what? I'm glad they hired Lincoln Riley. That way, get him out of Oklahoma, so he's not in the SEC. We'll see. I'm not sold.
That's the highest USC's going to be ranked all 7. I'll tell you all year. I'll tell you that.
The media's obsessed with them, so maybe at first they'll have them up there.
ESPN's going to be in love with them. They already are. So.
And they're joining the Big Ten now, so ESPN's about to be up their ass.
I mean, my question is, where did Lincoln leave to go to USC? Oklahoma. And why did he leave to go to USC? Because the SEC was calling, in my opinion. So Pac-12 ain't shit. He knew he could be all right there, and I don't know. I mean,
he Lane Kiffin to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, just take your candy ass. Like number 20 for me, honestly. Number 6, Ryan Day, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah. About what I got him at, too. I got him at 6. That's where he should be.
I agree. I mean, if it wasn't for the Michigan losses, and he just totally blew the Georgia playoff game. God, he so close to being elite. I mean, if it's not for his horrible decision making, he's got a ring. Because I mean, I think they would have beat TCU.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, I think 6 is okay for now, but I mean, like I said, he's a couple bad decisions away from, probably being like 3 or 4. Number 5, Brian Kelly, LSU.
Can't stand him. I got him at 11.
I ain't fired him yet.
Yeah.
I thought Orgeron was a better coach than Brian Kelly. He done good things at Notre Dame, but if I was an LSU Tiger fan, I would not be happy right now.
No, this what a horrible person. Man, he played no one at Notre Dame. People want to say that he won the SEC West. And who'd they beat? A 5-7 Auburn team, a 5-7 Texas A&M team, a 7-6 Arkansas team. I mean, they lost to Jimbo. And they're loaded, like they are loaded. No, put Brian Kelly around like 12 for me, and go grind on some more recruits with your Northern Cajun accent. Dabo, number 4, Clemson.
Dabo has been there. He's done that. He's got the rings. He's got the trophy. I like Dabo as the 3rd best coach in the country still. He had a down year last year. Of course, Tennessee got him. Tickled me to death. But Dabo will be back again. And he can talk the talk and walk the walk, and he's proven it.
I got Dabo as the 2nd best coach in the country.
Oh, wow, okay.
I mean, Dabo, he's won championships. He's won all these games, had Clemson at the top for so long. And, he's just going to keep recruiting good. He's still going to keep competing. I still think Clemson's for the next few years, as long as Dabo's there, they're going to compete for the ACC every year, which will mean they compete for the NCAA tournament, which is what be an 8-team playoff here in the next few years. So he'll definitely have a shot at it every year.
Yeah, I mean, he has 2 national titles. You can't take that away from him. I mean, is he on a downward trend? You can ask that, but as for now, I think 3 or 4 is fair for Dabo.
You know what Clemson doesn't like to see?
What?
Tennessee orange.
Tennessee orange. That's what we talked about in the last one too, because the Tennessee football beat them, baseball beat them, softball beat them. I mean, yeah, we basically won the ACC. I mean, we beat Duke. So, in my opinion, so far, Josh Heupel's better than Brian Kelly at 5. He's better than Lincoln Riley at 7. He's better than Kyle Whittingham at 8, and he's better than Luke Fickell at 9. Number 3, Jim Harbaugh, Michigan.
I got Harbaugh 4 right below Dabo, and there's no doubt he's a hell of a coach, but he's not won the big one yet. He's gotten close.
He has got close.
I got him at let's see. I got him at 4. I like Jim Harbaugh.
You like Booger Boy?
Listen.
Do you remember that? Booger Boy?
He's one of the... Yeah, I do remember it.
Denying picking his nose. They got him on camera.
He's one of only few coaches that can actually go to the NFL or college and compete for a championship or a Super Bowl in both. He's proved himself time and time again. And Michigan's going to compete like they always do. May win the Big Ten this year. May have to deal with them in the playoffs this year. But one thing about it, Jim's going to have them there. Plus, he recruits excellent.
Yeah, he's good coach. I don't know number 3. I don't know. This Michigan schedule is laughable, but I don't know. For me, maybe between 5 and 8. I don't know. I want to see so many of these coaches in the SEC though.
All right.
I want to see what they can do play an actual competition. But he did beat Ohio State 2 years in a row. Number 2, Nick Saban. Where's he coach at again?
52-49.
Yeah, Dixieland, Alabama.
Yeah.
A&M, the Bulldogs. FCS.
There's no denying he's probably the greatest college coach that we've ever seen, at least in our generation, our lifetimes. And hopefully he goes from 2 to about 22 in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can't take anything from him. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if they had him and Kirby swapped, honestly. But if people's talking about him being on his way out, I'm not betting on it, but we'll see. I mean, I hope.
I've said on here he's on a downward trend, but that still don't mean
He's 73 years old.
I still think he's the number one. Until he retires, he's going to be number one. He can go down all he wants to. He's still going. He's done too much.
Right.
His legacy, like, we're lucky. I mean, we're not lucky because we had to go through it. But what he's done is history. 30 years from now, documentaries, movies, books, going to be waiting on what he done in this dynasty he's built.
Right. Yeah. He's amazing, and I don't know. I hope the NIL and stuff's catching up with him. I mean, you see him crying about Josh Heupel's offense, saying it's unsafe for defenses, and crying about NIL.
He's the senile old man that's.
It's the game's passing his time.
I hope.
We hope.
I hope he's
said
one of
that
them
for 20
coaches
years.
that just refuse to give it up, and he just really runs himself.
Be like Vince McMahon in
Vince
WWE.
McMahon,
He'll be in the grave and he'll still be running the company.
Could you imagine Alabama going 7-6 for a couple of seasons,
yeah.
and they had to fire Nick Saban? How that would be?
Yeah, it would be awesome. And then Kirby Smart, Georgia, number 1. Can't argue it.
Until someone proves it otherwise,
Yeah.
he's number 1.
Until he's dethroned. I think they left out Pat Narduzzi at Pitt. I think he belonged. I don't like him that much, but I think Dave Clawson at Wake Forest should be included.
So a wild card. What about Hugh Freeze at Auburn?
I think he's going to be in it very soon. Another bad person, but, man, he can coach. I think P.J. Fleck at Minnesota should have been put on the list too. Let us know in the comments if you agree, disagree with what we said. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and make sure you find Corbin's OnlyFans. We want to thank
it out.
Taylor Jones
Check
with
it
Big
out.
Orange Concrete Pumping, and we'll be right back with Start Bench Cut. Big Orange Concrete Pumping. They can accommodate any residential or commercial concrete project that you may have in mind. They have one of the biggest line pumps in the state. They take a lot of pride in their work, and they're waiting on your phone call today. Their number is 865-371-3367. Whether you're pumping noise in Neyland or pumping concrete, make sure you roll with the Big Orange. That's Big Orange Concrete Pumping, 865-371-3367. All right, next we've got Start Bench Cut presented by Maxed Out Gym in Oak Ridge.
Right there.
Love it. All right, the first question: who will be the NFL's best running back this upcoming season? Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley.
Christian McCaffrey.
Starting
him. Hey, Carolina's idiots. Let's just say that.
That they are.
Like the biggest dumbass move last year, Christian McCaffrey. But the 49ers have it. 49ers have it made right now.
Yeah.
But listen to this. Christian McCaffrey has 4,726 rush yards, 3,756 receiving yards, 38 rush touchdowns, 22 receiving touchdowns so far. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And then, see, I got to bench one, don't I? Yeah, bench one. Austin Eckler. He's in his 7th season, 3,727 yards rushing, 34 touchdowns. Pretty damn good. But I don't believe in Saquon Barkley. I think he's just going to end up being a bust here soon.
You know what? I'm actually going to start Austin Eckler. Got a new offensive coordinator. He's going to be a big threat out of the backfield. I'm benching I mentioned McCaffrey. You know, he's been injury prone a little bit, and also at San Francisco, he's got Dabo Swinney and all of other weapons around him. I'm not sure he'll be featured as much as he may like. And I'm going to cut Saquon Barkley. You know, he may hold out. He may not play at all. He's wanting a new contract, so he's going to be my cut.
Is he already on a holdout?
He is.
And my order is just based on if they can stay healthy. So I'm starting Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to bench Barkley, believe it or not. I don't know. Just got a feeling. And then I'm going to cut Austin Eckler. I love Austin Eckler. He's like one of my favorite Madden players. But number 2, which alternate Tennessee logo is your favorite? The VOLS with stars and stripes, the interlocking UT, or the Rifleman?
Start the Rifleman. Iconic. Bench, stars and stripes, and the interlocking UT.
That's the right order. You had
That's
to
the
start.
right order?
You had to start the Rifleman. You know, it doesn't get any better than David Crockett holding a rifle, and then you know the classic Vols with the stars and stripes. You know who you're talking about. With the interlocking UT, oh gosh, we get some confusion there with another school that doesn't wear orange.
That tries to,
Does not wear
that
orange.
wears brown and tries to call herself UT. I'm starting the Rifleman as well, but I'm actually going to bench the interlocking UT.
Oh wow!
I just like it. I like them all. I hate to cut any of them, but I'm the one making these questions, so it's my own fault. I'm going to cut the stars and stripes. Start, bench, cut. Pizza, chicken wings, or tacos?
Is this even a question?
I'm getting hungry.
It's a question.
Chicken wings. You got to start chicken wings.
Start chicken
you're
wings.
an American if you don't start chicken wings, and you're Mexican if you start tacos. So, bench tacos.
You're cutting pizza?
Cutting pizza. I mean, I've had so much pizza in my life. Everybody says, "Oh, this New York pizza, this Chicago pizza." The best damn pizza they are is Little Caesars pizza or the Tony's brand you buy at the Walmart over there. That's the best pizza you can buy.
Listen, you start pizza. It's the best food there is. You can get it anywhere, and anywhere you get it, it's going to be decent and edible. So you got to start the pizza. I've had some horrible chicken wings, but I do love them, and I'll admit I'm a boneless wing guy. I'm going to have some boneless wings as soon as I leave here today. So I'm going to binge the boneless wings. I'm cutting tacos. Tacos are good. Tacos are easy, but they're just tacos.
Boneless.
Boneless.
What in the hell?
You get more meat with boneless.
Only men.
They're not
real
as-
men eat bone in.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I got choked on a bone as a child, so eating small bones in a chicken wing has always been a thing. So
I about drowned as a child, but I'm still
Still
swimming.
swimming.
I'll throw you in the lake. There we go.
I'm going to start pizza. I'm going to bench tacos. I love tacos, and I'm cutting your chicken wings.
What in the hell is wrong with y'all?
Cutting the chicken wings.
I cannot believe this.
You will pick Taco Bell over Hooters wings?
You're going to pick Taco Bell over Hooters?
I would pick Soccer Taco over
Who?
Soccer Taco. I'm giving free endorsement deals here.
We'll have to take you to Soccer Taco.
It's good.
You may change your mind. Soccer Taco was pretty good.
I like that
free
sauce.
plug.
I like that Sauceritas place they got. That's a pretty good place.
Yeah, it's pretty good too.
We're talking about maxed out gym, and we're over here eating like fat asses.
I know.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna be talking about what brand of protein is the best. Who's the best college quarterback of all time? Joe Burrow, Tim Tebow, Baker Mayfield.
Tim Tebow. That run he had in Florida is just something else. 2 national championships, a Heisman Trophy. Don't he still hold some of the records there?
Yeah. Tim Tebow has.
Oh, I would. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Like
I
they're
would
making
imagine.
they're making documentaries on that Florida team right now. And as much as I don't like Florida, that was a pretty incredible team. Bench Joe Burrow. And I had no use for Baker at Oklahoma. But Baker's the only one didn't win a Heisman Trophy.
Oh, I thought he won one. Did he win one?
I don't believe he did either. But
No.
I thought he won one.
He didn't win a national championship either.
I thought he won a Heisman.
Did he win a Heisman? He may
I
won.
thought he won a Heisman.
He may have won a Heisman.
He may won a Heisman. Yeah, they all three won Heisman, but he was the only one that didn't win a national championship.
That's the order I've got too. I'm starting Timothy, and I'm gonna bench Joey because LSU. They won because of Joe, not Coach O, in my opinion. I like Coach O, and then I'm cutting the Baker.
That's the right order. You got to start Tim Tebow. I mean, he's just incredible at Florida, and I hate Florida, but my goodness, I can't help but to like Tim Tebow.
I mean, he come here and he worked out with a team, wore Tennessee shorts, and he's not negative Tennessee.
He had 88 passing touchdowns and 57 rushing touchdowns in his career at Florida.
That's crazy.
2 national championships in the year between. He won a Heisman. You can't go wrong with Tim Tebow on a start. I also benched Joe Burrow. Probably had the greatest single season in college football history.
Yeah.
And then Baker Mayfield didn't win a national championship, so he's not considered one of the greatest of all time.
Best NBA center of all time: Shaq, Tim Duncan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Legends, all three of them legends.
It's hard, man.
It is hard.
I went back and forth on this one all day long. I'm going to go first. I'm going to start Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, and there's one simple reason. He plays for a team that was named after me, the Spurs. So I think he probably still plays for the Spurs because I can remember watching the Spurs for 20 years, and there's Tim Duncan. And you know what? He didn't have the stars around him like maybe Shaq and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. Tim Duncan was the Spurs. They won multiple championships with him. I'm going to bench Shaq, possibly the most dominant big man that we've ever seen. And he could just take over a game. And I'm going to cut Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, maybe just because he was a little bit before my time, and I don't quite remember as much about him.
Well, Tim Duncan, huh? I'm going to have to start Kareem. I mean, had the most points in NBA history up until this year, all time. 19-time All-Star, 6 NBA championships, 4-time block leaders, 2-time scoring champion. One of the best to ever play the game. They got awards named after him, for God's sakes.
I don't think there's a wrong answer here, honestly.
There's not. Shaq, I'd have to bench Shaq. I love Shaq. I grew up watching Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up watching Shaq with Miami, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Cleveland, Boston. Hell of a big man, dominant man. He was a man. You wasn't going to the basket on Shaq, I'll tell you that right now.
Don't you just miss the big man ball in the NBA, though?
I do.
That's just it,
It's what kills me. Like, you got these centers and everything now making three-pointers.
Yeah.
Shaq probably made 4 three-pointers his entire career, and they's like half-court shots.
And 4 free throws.
Yeah. And Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's a great player. He won, 4 or 5 championships, I suppose. Last one was against Miami.
Tim Duncan kind of reminds me of Chipper Jones and the Braves. He stayed with one team forever. It was just that guy. So
he carried the Spurs, man, like just the face of the organization. I'm basing mine off just pure dominance alone. No stats, just dominance. So I'm starting big sexy Shaquille O'Neal. I'm gonna bench Tim Duncan, and kind of like you said, just before my time. I mean, know he's awesome, know a little bit about him, but you just didn't get to see him play, like you did the other two. So I'm gonna have to cut Kareem personally.
You can go watch on NBA TV when they show classic games from the 70s.
So you think he would beat Shaq
In the prime?
Yeah, prime versus prime.
Prime versus prime.
in a one-on-one game, absolutely.
I'm going to say Kareem.
If you start him at 3-point,
Right.
yeah, but like I'm just.
Shaq would have it made then. There wasn't no 3-point line or nothing then.
Imagine how many backboards he would, them old wood ones, he'd be snapping them like crazy.
I remember watching Shaq break the basketball goal.
Mm-hmm.
And not the one with the Lakers. I'm talking about the one with he was playing Chicago back when, remember WGN's TV network?
Yeah.
They was playing on that channel that night. I remember that as a kid because I remember being so mad having to sit there and wait for him to fix everything, clean everything up.
That's a lot of weight on glass, man. All right, that was our Start Bench Cut segment presented by Maxed Out Gym. Thank you, Ryan Carson with Maxed Out Gym. We'll be right back. Maxed Out Gym is hands down the best gym in East Tennessee. Located in Oak Ridge, locally owned and operated by Ryan Carson. Listen, this gym is not your normal big chain gym. 24/7 access, child care, nutrition plans, private training rooms, and their personal trainers are truly first class. We're not talking about John Doe across the street who spent a few hours taking an online course and then printed his certificate. They offer the best classes in the area and even host big-time powerlifting competitions. For my power lifters, you have to experience the back room. There's no words to describe it, you just have to experience it. That's Maxed Out Gym. If you're having second thoughts about changing gyms, canceling that membership, going through the hassle, I know you've seen the picture of me and Coach Heupel together when I got to show him his face on my leg. Have you seen the thunder thighs on the Vol Daddy? You don't get thighs like that by not going to Maxed Out Gym. It's time to throw away the Gold membership, throw away the Planet Fitness membership, throw away the National Fitness membership, and it's time to join Maxed Out Gym. Check them out on Facebook right now. Next, we have our second main talking point of the day presented by Trident Hydro Clean. We're going to talk about the potential but extremely possible renovations and pretty much a city inside a city. Right on the Tennessee River, it's being called the Neyland Entertainment District. Tennessee used to be the standard, man, and with their stadium facilities, this would definitely put us back at the top.
We do this, and we're going to set the bar, and everybody else is going to follow.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened, with Neyland. That's where everybody started trying to be bigger than Neyland, and
give it up to Danny White. I mean, everything he's done has been incredible for UT, and this idea, this innovation, could just bring us, back to the new age again. Tennessee will be back on top, and that's where we belong.
Brings in recruits, brings in more money. The students wanting to come there.
The economic level for this potentially is through the roof.
You imagine the penthouse on that hotel they're talking about, overlooking the field on one end and the Tennessee River on the other. How incredible it's going to be, and just the potential for concerts and attractions.
Yeah,
and
that's
college game day. I want to come to Knoxville again and again. And
that's a big thing too, is bringing back concerts. And I mean, we're talking about Neyland just being, was there like 8 home games a year, 7, 8? So we're talking about Neyland going from a 7 to 8, day a year event to all the time. The project will basically be a complete overhaul on the exterior of Neyland Stadium. Already a 5-year plan Danny White put in place. Last year they done the party deck, the premium seating, and of course they put in the most important part, the Vawls letters on top. This year structure issues are being fixed on the south side, bathrooms, concessions, Wi-Fi, and I believe they're adding brick, like on the front of it, like where they did the Vol Walk. I believe they're adding that brick all the way around the south side, which that needs it bad, and at least throw paint on it.
No more troughs.
Yeah, man, people hate on the troughs, but that's quick.
It's a quick way.
It's quick. I mean, it's nasty and swinging swords in there and stuff, but it's fast, man. It is.
I'm
fast.
usually stumbling in there anyways. Like, just let me take a piss. I gotta go. I gotta hurry. I gotta get a beer.
Find me a drain.
And of course,
and
the only drawback and it's the drawback that everyone's going to think is we're already so limited on parking and available space. I hope that part of the plan, and I haven't seen the full plan. I hope it will be a new parking deck somewhere.
I reckon they do have a plan in place for that, don't they?
They are. They're wanting to do a tabletop on top of G10 for just tailgating.
Nice.
And I mean, it already kind of connects to Neyland Stadium right now. Basically, it's just to support more tailgating. This is right down our alley.
I love it. I can't wait.
I wonder how high we're talking. Like, are we talking overlooking Neyland? Because that would be
insane.
That would be insane.
What few renderings we see, we see fountains and
yeah, we're talking like
lights
different
and
levels,
spots
and then you
yeah.
got like the very top, or I mean, how high they taking?
Better not be stairs.
there is
I
one thing.
won't be able to make it.
There is one thing that we do need down near Neyland Stadium, and that's restaurants. Cause we have Calhoun's and we had a student union, and otherwise you're
walking to the strip,
walking the strip, or getting a street vendor, which there's nothing wrong with.
Right.
Love our food trucks, but a couple of nice eateries would be nice before a game, or a place you go in and have a drink.
Yeah, I mean, Danny White, he's already teased the expansion of Neyland Stadium with season tickets. He kind of put out like, hey, if we sell out our allotment of season tickets, then we're going to be talking expansion. I mean, hell, I say make Neyland as big as they can get it. I don't care if I'm
build another deck. I'm good with it.
Yes, build. I don't care.
Talking about being high.
Let's make it loud, and I want to be the biggest again, personally. So like you mentioned before, there's going to be a hotel attached to Neyland Stadium, restaurants, retail, entertainment. I mean, we're basically talking about like the Braves, what they have at Truist Park with the Battery, something like you're going to see in Los Angeles.
Well, this is the way that this is the future, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter if it's college, to NFL, to NASCAR, to baseball, to basketball. Like, the Clippers' new arena in the NBA is supposed to be something stupid, like never saw before.
Right.
I reckon fans may be able to watch games from above, like look down, like watch them play below you and stuff like that. Like, this is just the future, and if we can get ahead of the game and be ahead of everybody else, we'll be one step ahead, and everybody's going to want to come play at Tennessee, watch a game at Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's very similar to what Nashville's doing with the Titans as far as building a new stadium. It's the Titans' new stadium's going to be incredible.
Yeah, you're sitting there looking at East, you're like, what's wrong with it?
He mentioned students will want to come to Tennessee to play because Knoxville's just an 8-hour drive from anywhere.
Right.
You got 60% of the country right here at our back door.
Right.
So who wouldn't want to come to Tennessee at that point?
Yeah, it's amazing what Danny White's done. I mean, in my opinion, he's the best athletic director in the country, and he keeps proving it over and over and over. Do you have any concerns at all with this move?
The only concern I have, and how many years would it take? How much construction would
hopefully it's not like nothing against TDOT workers, but hopefully it's nothing like that where we're talking,
Well, that's what I fear is just it could get to be a hassle around Neyland Stadium, and I don't want that for several years. But I'm sure they got a game plan.
Yeah, definitely. I know that they said they have the best developers, in the country that's going to be on it. Do you think it'll happen?
I think it's going to happen. I really do. I think Danny White sees it. If it wasn't going to happen, he wouldn't have put that out there already.
Yeah, I mean, they're already the renovations are happening. They're already, they're going to be putting brick around the other. So they're already doing the exterior to Neyland. They're redoing the bridges over the river. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, something's going to happen to an extent. Even if it's not full on. But the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is I don't want the tailgating, the partying, just the craziness that goes on around the stadium to change. I don't want.
You don't want it to become a complete family show.
Yeah.
You want it to be the still big party because we all love to party and.
I bring the family. I just don't want any regression. I want Neyland to still be known, as being crazy. I want it to be wild. I want it to be even wilder, to be honest. But my concern is
I don't know if I can handle it any wilder.
I just don't want it to be something.
Put me in bad shape on Sundays.
Just no doubt.
I don't want it to be something just for super wealthy people, if that makes sense.
That does make a lot of good sense.
Just kind of it's cool to have the premium seating behind, but
But we can't afford the premium seating.
Now that you say that could be a big concern. Top of G10, like me and Luke, gets top of G10 every year. We always get the same spot so we can play cornhole and have everything set up that you want. And if it gets to where, we're just going to give it to the wealthy people, and they won't even go up there and tailgate. They'll just claim the spot, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it's a sight to see in Neyland Stadium when you go that upper deck and you look over G10 and there it's just a party everywhere.
Yeah,
there's no better sight in college football pregame than seeing all that and the orange everywhere. And I hope that doesn't change. And if it does change, it's for the better.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I just don't want people's gonna act how we act regardless. We might have to migrate over, a little bit, but I just don't want them to basically run us out.
Yeah.
And bring the wealthy people in there,
I still want 78-year-old Dan that comes and parties next to us. He's 78 years old, and he'll bring 500 Jell-O shots.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've got, just 80-year-old ladies just throwing down. It's like, man, she's not going to make it through tonight. But, she's there every Saturday. So, I just don't want that to change. And, going back to the premium seating, it's cool. But unless we're playing Georgia or Florida or Alabama or – half them people don't even show up. Man, it looks horrible on TV. I just don't want that to kind of be a trend. And G10 this area, it's kind of for you because you donate $1 million a year.
Have a bouncer at the dang entrance.
Yeah, I still want it to be
wide open.
I want it to keep how pure and it is, but upgrade it, cool. But and I'm for it. I just don't want them to run like the true fans, the ones who are actually screaming and singing Rocky Top, not the ones
golf clapping,
sitting on their butt, complaining because they don't have cell phone service. So that's my biggest issue with it. But Danny White's not going to half-ass anything though. If he does it, it's going to be done right.
And he's already said it, so obviously he thinks a lot of it. He ain't going to say anything that he doesn't mean.
Right. Yeah, he's awesome, man. All right, that was our second talking point presented by Trident Hydro Clean. We'll be right back with the Duel. Trident Hydro Clean, your exterior home cleaning professionals, house, roof, driveway, concrete, gutters, and much more. Trident Hydro Clean, 865-363-8815. They've been in business for 5 years. And they have a 5-star Google rating and a 5-star Facebook rating. Call Jacob today. Give your house, driveway, and or patio the care it deserves. 100% satisfaction guarantee. See the difference between a professional and amateur cleaning. That's 865-363-8815. Hey y'all, it's the Vol Daddy. We're doing a huge giveaway for the season opener in Nashville versus Virginia. A pair of tickets, 4 rows off the field. All you have to do is join up for the volunteer club. You should already be a member, but here's your chance to join and win some tickets at the same time. The higher membership you get, the more entries you're going to get to win the tickets. Refer a friend, I'll double your chances to win. We will do the giveaway live on our show. Remember, you have to use my link. Screenshot that QR code or get on my Facebook, my TikTok, my Instagram, whatever. Join today. Go Vols. And next, we've got the Duel presented by Premier Excavation. Corbin, I usually say the Spank, but it's the Spur. We'll battle it out over a few tough questions. And the winner not only gets bragging rights, but they get some Walmart hardware right now to drag around with them for the week. Ours is on the way. All right, question number 1.
You ready to do this, Corbin? Ready to do this? Forget it.
This is Sparta! Go ahead. Make my day.
That way. We'll be that way then.
Question number 1. Where does Coach Heupel rank as head coach in the SEC?
He ranks 4th. And I hate to say it because we love Josh Heupel, but he ranks 4th. We can't deny Kirby and Saban right now, but there's one dumbass coach that we don't like, but we still love, and that's Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is still the 3rd best coach in the SEC in my mind, and Josh Heupel was just right there, just right behind him. one 15-yard pass in the end zone. Now, I changed my mind, but the fact remains that Lane Kiffin holds a victory over Josh Heupel right now.
He's the third best coach in the SEC. You can't beat Nick Saban. You can't beat Kobe right now. But Lane Kiffin is not ahead of him. I'll just tell you that right now. Because Lane Kiffin ain't done jack shit compared to Heupel so far. What's Lane Kiffin do every year? 8-6, 7-5. I'm going to a bowl game and losing. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that. He is nothing near on Heupel's level right now. Not with the recruits, not with the wins, not with nothing.
Back it up to back it up just a few years. If I'd asked you if you'd ever had Lane Kiffin or Josh Heupel, who would you have picked?
Like as a coach?
Yeah, back up a few years.
Wasn't Lane.
Wasn't Lane?
No.
You never been on the Lane train? Because I was all on board the Lane train.
I actually
Lane
was
Kiffin
not.
brought some energy to Tennessee. I still love him, but you know what? Josh Heupel is our man. I'm glad we got him now. Get over that hump, and I hope next year I can put Heupel at number 2.
Who's going to be a coach in the next 5 years? Who's going to be at the university? Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss or Heupel at Tennessee?
I would say Heupel at Tennessee.
I certainly hope Heupel at Tennessee.
Lane Kiffin won't make it 5 more years at Ole Miss. I'll just tell you that right now.
Lane Kiffin's your next head coach at Alabama.
I could definitely see that. Question number 2. Should Major League Baseball steroid users be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes. I mean, they let them use them all them years and didn't do nothing about it. Then why punish them now?
They absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you got Barry Bonds, you got Mark McGwire, you got Sammy Sosa, you got Kurt Schillings. All those guys allegedly used steroids. But you know what? That was must-see baseball at the time. The feud between Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, you was watching baseball. I didn't care about the Cardinals or the Cubs, but my goodness, I wanted to watch that because I wanted to see those long balls. It literally saved baseball. Steroids saved baseball.
And I think everybody's doing steroids.
I really can't argue with you. I mean,
No.
Sammy, Barry, 2 of the greatest to ever play the game.
I was hoping to get one, but I agree with both of you. Are professional athletes paid too much?
Baseball isn't. Could you imagine playing MLB 162 games a year plus 30 preseason games a year plus like 50 postseason games a year if you go to the championship? Like, good Lord, that's like 300 days a year to play baseball. Could you imagine? And then the off days you travel.
That's a very good point.
You know, are professional athletes paid too much? No. Top level professional athletes are paid way too much. You know, when you say just professional athletes, you got to take the minor leagues in consideration. Of course, I work for a little bitty hockey team in Knoxville where their players average to about $350 a week. They're not getting paid too much, but you know, I can't see paying one person $251 million for 5 years. It's just that's a bit much.
Which Tennessee football player would you bring back for this upcoming season, and why?
If we're talking about just last season's team, I'm bringing back Darnell Wright. We need some we need that intensity right in the middle to help us with a run. That's where I feel like we're going to miss the most. I think we're going to be great at wide receiver again. We all loved Hyatt, but Wright's where I'm at.
Hendon Hooker. I think if we had Hendon Hooker one more year, he'd win the championship this year, no doubt about it. And last year, if he hadn't got hurt, it's crazy to think what could have happened. Even the whole South Carolina game, but I'd bring Hendon Hooker back.
You know, we have Joe Milton.
We do have Joe Milton.
We have Joe Milton. I think Joe Milton is going to be a star this year, and I can't wait to see it.
He may be a star, but, you know, Hooker may be what Peyton was. Peyton didn't win the championship, but T. Martin did.
Yeah, I'm all about some Joe, but man, I really do wish Hooker had another year to redeem himself.
I'll tell you what, if Hooker had played every year for us, imagine what that could have been.
He would have been in New York, and I think
Virginia Tech is. I don't know about them.
Yeah. and I picked Wright because I think it's a position of need. I think we're good at receiver. I think we're good at quarterback. So, interior is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right tackle is probably the biggest question mark, honestly, coming into this season. Who's the most underrated wrestler of all time.
I'm going to let Corbin go first on this one because I'm really curious to see what he says.
I'm going to say 2 guys.
No, you get one.
Well,
Well, I get the other. You got to go
The
one
one's going
first.
to be like a little acknowledgement to him, and that's Mr. Perfect.
He was in my top 5, so we're good on that.
Mr. Perfect, everything he done was perfect.
Yep.
But Dolph Ziggler's the most underrated wrestler of all time. He's the Shawn Michaels 2.0. He's who WWE has went to for all these years to put other people over. Nobody can get in that ring, bounce around, put on matches like he can if he's given the opportunity and the time. Yeah, he's won 2 world titles with them. Yeah, he's won a bunch of championships, but he's always been used as a stepping stone.
Dolph Ziggler's a great talent. Dolph Ziggler can't talk. The most underrated,
Bullshit.
the most underrated wrestler of all time was the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. Owen Hart was absolutely incredible in the ring, out of the ring, on the microphone. You could give him any gimmick you wanted. He made the Nugget a great thing. They made him a piece of crap, and he turned it into something incredible.
You know why he had that?
He won the Slammy Award twice in the same year. Twice. 2 Slammy Awards. He's the most underrated wrestler of all time. And if you get 2, I get 2. The second one, I'm going to go even further back, and that's the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Awesome in the ring, awesome on the microphone, was even a great manager.
Owen Hart.
You can't diss Owen Hart. You know, he was in the shadows of his brother, but may have been a better wrestler than Bret himself.
He kicked the leg out of his leg. Remember that?
I do.
That's the best thing he ever done.
All right, this one's tough. This is the toughest one I've had to do.
Hold on. Spanky, he laid out this week.
He did lay out.
'Cause he's scared. He's scared.
He is
He
scared.
knows he can't beat me. But you know what? To be the man, you got to beat the man. So next week, you better get your ass back in this show so I can beat that damn ass.
Dolph Ziggler's Cookie Cutter 2.0, but he can work.
You said he ain't good at a promo. He's a hell of a promo. One of the best promos they are.
I like Dolph Ziggler, but he's not even in the top 10 today.
Boy,
The Miz is better than Dolph Ziggler.
in the ring. In the ring.
Miz can do everything.
Miz couldn't go 10 minutes if he didn't have somebody leading him.
Miz has worked his ass off to get where he's at. And, you know, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. Let's put on WrestleMania right now. Let's get them to do promos and build it up. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler's got a good look, but, you know, we all know they're going to put The Miz over anyway because Dolph Ziggler just loses every match.
He's a stepping stone. They put him in them matches. Who do they, when they bring somebody new to TV, who do they put them to work with? Dolph Ziggler. Why? Because he's going to go tell them if they're worth the shit or not.
You know who's better than Dolph Ziggler?
He's going to put them over and make the fans care about that dude.
You know who else is better than Dolph Ziggler? Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Yeah.
Ricochet, he has nothing to him. Oh, a bunch of flips and flops. What's his matches mean?
Ricochet can go and go and go and go and go. So can Shinsuke Nakamura, but that's another story. He can't talk.
No, I can't say no. I love New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, this one's tough. I gotta go Corbin just
Because I said Lane Kiffin.
Just because of
I said Lane
Kiffin.
Kiffin. I knew it.
He barely beat Hop. Got a lot of calls his way.
I'm going to throw mustard at you.
And Heupel had like negative 38 players, so I gotta go. Josh Heupel's better than Lane Kiffin.
I'm the 3-time champ over here. I'm actually 21 straight days as champion. And Spanky, I'm waiting for
Go
you.
and burn some mattresses in Knoxville tonight.
That was the Duel presented by Premier Excavation. Thank you, Travis Duncan, for presenting that segment. We'll be right back.
Do you have dreams about what your property could be? Whether it's driveways, ponds, septic, new home construction, or even forestry mulching, let us earn your business and make your property dreams come true. Call Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for supporting small businesses that support you. Again, that's Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408.
Next, we got the Jersey Countdown presented by D&M Fence Company. we're going to count down 86 to 80 since we missed 81 through 86. 86, I've got Andy Kozar, played from 1949 to 1952, 3-year starter at fullback, won the 1951 national championship, averaged more than 5 yards per carry, 27 touchdowns, 1,837 rush yards on 350 carries in his career. All SEC, most outstanding back in the 1951 season.
I took Willie Bohannon. You know, he had not greatest stats, 18 tackles, 2.5 tackles for losses, and a fumble recovery in a big game. So,
Okay.
Terry McDaniel, 146 tackles all time, 6 interceptions, 11 broke-up passes. He also won the SEC championship as a member of the track team.
Well, that's very cool. Yeah, I like the multi-sport athletes and stuff.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either. I had no idea. Number 85, I'm going to go Lester McLean. Everyone talks about Condredge Holloway being the first black quarterback, and that is well-deserved, but McLean was the first black SEC varsity player for Tennessee. Caught 70 passes for 1,003 yards, which really, now that don't sound like that much, but back then they didn't throw it that much. So 10 touchdowns. He also rushed 10 times for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was selected in the NFL draft by the Chicago Bears.
I took Dante Stallworth. I remember Dante playing, caught 3 receiving touchdowns against Kentucky back in 2001, which at the time was a record for University of Tennessee.
Okay.
I had Buddy Fisher. He led the team his senior year in 242 yards, receiving, 20.2 average yards a catch. And he coached Farragut to 72 and 29 in high school.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like stats like that too. 84, I'm going to go Cordero Patterson.
I think we all may went Cordero Patterson.
Man, imagine him in Hop's offense.
That's who I had too.
In 12 games, had 1,873 all-purpose yards. That's, still a school record today. All SEC, Super Bowl champion. I think he's about 75% of the Falcons' offense right now.
Super Bowl champion. He has the NFL record for a 109-yard touchdown.
The return, right?
Yeah, the return. I remember watching that.
I remember the highlights, but
Spoiler alert, he's going to be on my fantasy team this year.
yeah, he's definitely a good one to have.
Nobody beat me at fantasy this year, I'll tell you that right now.
Number 83, I've got Mark Adams, tight end, played from 1988 to 1991, all SEC, 52 catches for 573 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I took Zach Rogers. I went with the receivers again, just like Dante Stallworth. He had 3 touchdowns versus South Carolina in 2012, which tied Stallworth's UT record.
I had Zach Rogers, too. He had around 1,000 yards all time.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't hear much about him. I mean, from what he did. 82, I'm going to go Dayton Sneed. Went a different route this time, new player. Freshman out of Donaldson Christian Academy in Hermitage, Tennessee.
I took good old Ed Cantrell, who scored 1 touchdown in 1954.
I like it.
I have Buddy Overholt. He said in a quote, because I like putting a quote on here once a week, I wore number 82 because I was proud to be a Tennessee Vol. I was proud to wear that big orange jersey week after week after week.
Love it.
Awesome.
Number 81, I went Alvin Harper, all SEC wide receiver, all SEC freshman team, MVP of the 1991 Hula Bowl, track and field champion, solid NFL career with Cowboys, the Bucks, the Redskins, and the Saints.
Another double sport athlete.
Yep.
I took Michael Rivera. He set the UT record for receiving yards by a tight end with 562 yards in 2012. I broke Jason Witten's mark. So that's who I took.
Did you copy my notes over here?
Oh, did you take it too?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You had the same
You got
notes
the
I
same
did.
stat?
Number
AJ Styles is better than Dolph Ziggler. Just saying.
AJ's not underrated, though.
Number 80, Eric Parker's who I went with, wide receiver from 1997 to 2001. Played in 42 games for Tennessee, caught 64 passes for 829 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also returned 107 punts for 930 yards and a touchdown.
I'll let you go first just in case.
I had the same thing.
Eric Parker.
Yeah.
I took Brenton Colquitt, the Colquitt
Okay.
family of punters. Why not take a punter? Because the Colquitts was the best in the business and probably still are.
And we may have some of the same players, but people like Cordell and stuff like that, like you just
It's
can't
hard
you can't
yeah.
put somebody over them players.
In this jersey countdown, it will be it'll actually be our keys to the game once football season starts. Cool. All right, next we've got our weekly interview. That's going to be with offensive lineman Addison Nichols. Thank you for D&M Fence Company for sponsoring that segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man here, the Spank. Like myself, D&M Fencing are the best in the business today. They can install wood, chain link, vinyl, picket, composed metal, barbed wire, heck, bring them bamboo sticks, and they can install them things for you too. D&M Fencing, do it right the first time. Their numbers are 865-435-4515 or 865-387-1026. Give my friend Ted a call today. That's D&M Fencing.
Megan's Cleaning Services is here to meet all of your home cleaning needs. From a basic clean to a deep clean, from a one-time clean to a bi-weekly clean. Megan's Cleaning Service is here for you. We provide residential, commercial, and rental cleanings for the best prices. Serving Knox, Anderson, Scott, Roane, and Morgan counties. Give me a like on my Facebook page. My phone number is 423-539-7266. Again, that's Megan's Cleaning Services at 423-539-7266. Thank you.
Hey, Vol Nation, it's Addison Nichols, offensive lineman at the University of Tennessee, and it's time to get Vawls Deep.
All right, I'm here with Addison Nichols, 6'5", 318 pounds, redshirt freshman. He's from Atlanta, four-star athlete, and was the number 4 offensive lineman in the 2022 class. Elite and powerful is how the official Tennessee website describes Addison. How you doing, man?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Yeah, I met you at Saloon 16 before season started last year, but you met a lot of people that night. You're a huge human being, man. I don't know about the the website, if that's right or not.
Yeah, definitely now. 318 might have been accurate last time you saw me, but now it might be a little under. That might be a little lower than what I am right now, but we won't talk about that. Got some mama cooking when I got home.
yeah, that good Southern cooking.
Oh yeah.
Usually I don't have to compete with anybody on my hair game, but you got it going on, man.
I know. I'm trying. I need to get a haircut though. I'm trying to get. Do you got the mullet?
I do. Yeah, it's not like full mullet, but I do the sides just a little bit. So
yeah, I need to go get mine. That's usually what I do, but I haven't got a haircut in a few months, so it's starting to just look like a mop. But I'm trying to get like you, get that little
get the mullet going.
Yeah.
Get it like a power T cut on the side of it.
Yeah. T-Rex.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So I met your parents at the Vol Walk last year. Amazing people, kind and humble, and they're obviously very proud of you. It's very clear to me, why you've been so successful this far, in life, just because of your parents. So I just want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah, they're awesome people. They've done so much for me, pushing me to do different things and kind of broaden my spectrum. They're the best.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've still got photos of me and my son. I had him on my shoulders at the Vol Walk, and they was taking pictures for me. So, yeah, you gave him high five and all that. So that was awesome. I've seen videos of you playing piano, playing the guitar. I'm not very good on my instruments, but it looked like a Hawaiian guitar, like the
ukulele.
Okay. Yeah, man. So you were a finalist for Man of the Year in Georgia for helping build a park. I've seen you just destroying golf balls, shooting guns. So usually I ask people what their hobbies are, but is there anything that you don't do?
Yeah, I don't do ballet.
No ballet.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I like to do a lot of stuff. I just I like to, like I said, broaden my spectrum. Kind of try out different things, and a lot of the time I just get bored, and it's like, let's try something new.
try
So
something else.
yeah, so that's how I got into the instruments. Really, just got really bored when I was in middle school, and so that's how I started like the piano. We had a mini grand at our house back in Atlanta. I think I was in like fifth grade, something like that. And my mom was leaving for the day, and it was just going to be me. And I was real bored. And I was like, "Hey, what's your favorite song?" And she was like, "It was some Coldplay song. I don't remember what it was." But by the time she had gotten home, I was playing it on the piano, and then went from the piano to the guitar, and the guitar to ukulele. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure the piano was a Billy Joel song, I believe is what they sent me. So
oh yeah, they probably sent you that video they did for the All American game, the Man of the Year thing. I played a
yeah.
little bit of Billy Joel on that, and then I played Rocky Top on the ukulele.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And you're also an Eagle Scout,
Hmm.
and if I remember right, you're a second degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Yes, I am.
That's impressive to be your size and be able to like I've seen pictures of you like doing the kicks and stuff, and I'm like, how is he getting off the ground like that?
Yeah, I definitely couldn't do that nowadays. I'd probably tear an ACL.
Yeah, I would hate to be like on the other side of the ball if like a brawl broke out or something.
Yeah,
Just
and yeah, they don't want to try me. I'll pull out some coke.
yeah, so like any opposing, players are watching right now, I'd run away from number 72. um it's kind of coming off that you're going to go to the Vols Leader Academy. Kind of explain what that is and what you'll be doing there.
So it's a class we take, and the whole premise of it is us uh, to coaches across Tennessee sports select players on their team to get in this class. It's two cohorts. It's like 40 something people, and the whole idea is we learn different ways to use sport and our platforms to be leaders in our community and in our sports, and how we can do different types of leadership. So the first semester, we're learning all about ourselves, who we are, what kind of leaders we are, what kind of leadership areas there are, how you can be a leader, just kind of like the core values of what we believe and what we want. And then the second semester, we put those things in practice. We learn how to organize games for kids. The whole point of the year is to train us. So in the summer, we actually leave was to the 4th. We leave on the 29th to go to the Philippines, and we'll go and we'll get to hang out with a bunch of kids and use what we've learned about leadership to lead these kids through different sports activities and just hang out with a bunch of the people there. So I'm super excited for that. That'll be like a 2 week thing, but it's an awesome class, getting to learn and meet these other people in different sports and learn about ourselves, learn about our personalities, and be able to grow in who we are and then be better leaders in our team. So it's an awesome experience.
Right. I've heard I've heard Coach Heupel talk a little bit about it the last 2 years, and yeah, it's super cool. And is it something like you sign up for, or are you like chosen to do it? Okay, that's
So the
awesome.
coaches nominate people, and then you have to do an interview, and then the people that run the class, they pick you if they like you.
Okay, well that makes sense then.
Yeah,
um,
it was a real good group of people, and I'm excited for this trip. We're going to be able to do a lot of good and hang out with a bunch of cool people and learn a lot and just grow as human beings.
right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I know you can play both guard, and tackle when you come in. I've heard rumors you might be getting some work in at center.
I do a lot of center and guard. I don't do
Okay.
any tackle, but I do a lot of center and guard. When I first got here last year, they started teaching me center, and then did a lot of center last spring. Then got switched to left guard for the season, and then during spring ball this year, it was a mix of both, a lot of center, and then a good bit of left guard. So probably end up being left guard this year, and then for the season, and then the backup center for Coop. So that's really kind of what we're looking at.
Gotcha. Do you prefer a specific position, or just like being out there?
I prefer whichever one gets me on the field
I,
fastest.
I gotcha.
They're both
Like,
fun. I always say guard's easier and center's more fun, just because it's so much more mental, so much more thinking involved. It's more fun. It definitely sucks at times when you got a three down front in front of you, and you got a big fat, just 360-pound lard in front of you, breathing down your.
right.
But it's fun. You get to use your brain. You get to think about it. You got to make the calls, and you got to read stuff. So I always think center's more fun, but guard's definitely a lot easier.
Right. Yeah, I was always like fullback or tight end. And my junior year, we went to the spread, and like we had like 35 players on the team, so most of us went both ways. And I was like, yeah, I just get to play linebacker, and I was like, I went back to the back of the line. They was like trying people out at center, and then I ended up having to play at my junior and senior. But I really did enjoy it. I didn't think I would, but I did like it.
Yeah, no, fullback's fun. I did fullback in middle school, linebacker in middle school. Those are real fun. Just getting to run through holes and tear people up.
What's Coach Ellerby like? I've had the opportunity to meet him once. Definitely offensive line, guy, man, just laid back and collective and stuff. But what's he like as a coach?
He's a great guy. He's real fun to be around. Great coach, knows what he's talking about. Has a different style of coaching of what we do. We do something that I don't think any other school in the country does, with like our footwork and stuff like that. And he just has a different approach at things, and he does a fantastic job. Real great guy. Just real fun to be around. Good to talk to. Great family. Love hanging out with his son Griff. Great people. Just fantastic guy.
Right. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with him. I went to the coaches clinic and got to hear him talk a little bit. But
Yeah, yeah, he's a real good guy.
I know you've got a while to think about it, but what's life after football look like for you at the moment?
I have a few ideas of what I'd like to do. Right now, I'm in business finance, and I'd like to use that, learn about money, maybe get into real estate one day. Uh, Big goal, hopefully make it to the NFL and have a successful career, and take the money that I get from there to put into either starting a business or getting into real estate, and just kind of creating that passive income system for me, and then using that to be able to support my family and retire young and enjoy life to its fullest.
I heard that. That was what I was going to ask, if you had any NFL, aspirations.
Absolutely. That's the main goal. Work hard every day, try and get there and tear it up.
Yeah, you got a little bit banged up last year, right? Like early.
Yeah, during the season, I injured my right hand. I had a compression fracture and partial tear, and my basically my middle finger knuckle area that got all messed up, but we're all good now. Just a little crooked, but
yeah, I remember you having the cast on, and I didn't know if it was wrist or or what it was exactly.
now just fingers. It's tough at center. Your fingers are so exposed, and because you got to be able to grip the ball. It's not like you can wear a glove. And with my other hand's fine, just because I tape my fingers like this, kind of like Spock,
Right.
give the extra support to the fingers, but you can't really do that at center. So it's banged up a little bit, but it's the name of the game. It's a grown man's sport, as Ellerby says, and
yeah,
got to get through it. Got to do what you got to do for the team. So things happen, but I'm all good now.
Speaking of that, is there any? Not, I'm not saying like scared, but like back when I used to play, like there was a few people like, they might not beat you, might be a tie, whatever, but on the defensive line, like, is there anybody you just kind of dread, like going up against? Like, you're just like, oh, this is gonna hurt.
Elijah Simmons,
Elijah
100%.
Simmons.
150%. Every time I go against it's especially at center. At guard, it's fine. When I'm at center and I have to go against him, I get to the line, I'm like, Elijah again.
He's
Terrible.
so big, dude.
He is one of the most powerful human beings I've ever met in my entire life. You know the football bars for bench,
Yeah.
the rectangle with like the grips. Yeah. So he's broken like 3 of them. He'll have like 4+ plates on it, and he's benching it so aggressively the recoil snaps. He's broken like 3 of them. That's how powerful this guy is, and God, it hurts. It hurts really bad.
He's so wide too. Like you could put a third number on him easily. Like
Oh, probably put 4 on him.
yeah.
He's,
And,
he's a dually.
and then I seen the video of him singing the national anthem, and I was like, man, this dude's crazy.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy. You look at him and you think, oh, this big, just like tough man, but he is like the voice of an angel. Like
Right? Yeah.
that dude can sing. He'll be singing every day. He's singing something in the locker room, just like practicing to himself. And it's just like a little concert every time you go in the locker room. It's great. He's so good at that.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
He could be in a choir if he wanted to.
Yeah, it almost makes you think he kind of grew up, maybe doing it or something. But
oh, definitely. Yeah, he got to. He's in my vol leaders class, and for one of our projects, it was kind of like we did a presentation, talked about who we were, like our leadership and all this stuff. And then his presentation, he showed a video of him in high school, and he had done this like I don't remember what it was for, but basically it was a video of him singing with some other people, and I had never really like heard him sing like with music and all this stuff, and like he was like it was like professionally done like video. As the dude sounded great, and he's wearing his little high school football jersey. He's all tight, and he's all jacked up, and he's got these little children next to him. They're his age, they're like foot and a half smaller than him, and they're like little tiny people next to him, and he's got this like beautiful voice. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was super impressed whenever and that's the national anthem's hard to sing too. It's not easy.
Especially in front of all those people.
Yeah. Yeah, I would butcher it bad. So we're under 90 days now, or definitely will be when we air this, until Tennessee football starts back. So what can Tennessee fans expect out of Addison Nichols this season?
They can expect me giving my all for the team and going out there and whooping some Alabama and Georgia butt.
Oh, I love it. I had Jeremiah Crawford on, and he said Georgia's definitely going down. So I love it, man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have another earthquake this year.
Oh, I love it.
Another goalpost in the river. I'd love to see that.
It's gonna happen, I believe.
I sure hope so. I sure do.
All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you very much.
All right, how about that interview with Addison Nichols?
Pretty good stuff. He's all over the place with his hobbies.
Yeah, especially a man that big doing taekwondo, and
then he plays the piano, and
they're gonna put him on our baseball team for some golf.
Yeah, might as well, man. Big time recruit, number 4 offensive lineman in the country. Last year when we brought him in, ended up redshirting. Super young, but he's gonna be elite for Tennessee one day, I believe.
Yeah, he'll be really good. Really good. I would say this. He may be in taekwondo, but I'm a 3-time karate black belt Hall of Famer.
And you're a 3-time duel champion, so I'm gonna have to bring him on here for the duel. I love the beating Bama and Georgia quotes from these players. He says there's going to be another goalpost taken to the river.
It's going to be a bigger find, but I can't wait.
Oh, bring it on. We got the money.
I love the motivation they got to beat these teams. It makes you feel good.
And the pipes on Elijah Simmons, man. He can rip it for a big man like that. He kind of surprises you. All right, that was our weekly interview. We'll be back with Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other, presented by C&D Tire in Oak Ridge. And we're back. We got Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other, presented by C&D Tire in Oak Ridge. Number 1, man suspected of drawing giant penis on the flight radar. Man suspected of drawing a giant penis on the flight radar. Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other.
What the hell is a flight radar?
You know, like you see it, like you can see like the tracker, like the plane tracker.
It's 2023. You can do whatever you want, but you know, it sounds like someone that's goofing off a little bit. I'm gonna go with Florida. Maybe had a little bit too much to drink.
Alabama, they ain't got no planes in Alabama. Georgia.
This happened in Orlando, Florida.
Ding, ding,
The website Flight Radar 24 allows viewers to see where planes are flying all around the world. Thursday, flight fans spotted a Johnson hovering just southwest of Orlando, Florida. It's highly unlikely the plane's pilot just skywrote a penis out of thin air, but 20 miles of penis apparently was what the pilot had in mind.
I have that app. It's pretty neat.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you think this is like a segment of flight school, or I mean, like you spend a few months learning the little instruments in the plane?
The instructor was a dickhead.
Landings and emergency procedures and flight time, and then at the end you just get to draw whatever you want in the sky.
Bring the meeting to cockpit.
Number 2, thieves steal $3,000 worth of Rogaine and Crest teeth whitening products in a CVS. Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other.
You said teeth, so it eliminates Alabama.
Other.
I'll take Georgia.
Georgia. This happened in Rhode Island.
Yes.
Woo! East Greenwich police were after a man and a woman who stole $3,000 worth of products from CVS on the South County Trail. I guess this really is a thing, though, because once I looked this up, there was all kinds of things going up about people stealing teeth whitening strips and Rogaine. So I guess there must be some good resale value in them products.
Are they making something out of them? I mean,
that's true. There's probably some meth or something you can forge together with it or something. All right, number 3, contractor misspells the word school on school's crosswalk. Like where you walk, you know what I'm talking about? Where you walk across the...
Up to the school.
Uh-huh.
SKULL, school. SKOOL.
That's got to be Alabama.
That's got to be Alabama.
Doral, Florida. A road crew...
Disappointed.
I had more confidence in Florida than that.
A road crew in Florida had one job, and the workers definitely get an F for spelling the massive letters, school on the crosswalk. They misspelled that not once on April 18th, 2019, but 2 years later on April the 26th, the same contractor has done it again.
That makes it even better.
They must work where I work at.
Number 4, employee misplaced marijuana in Wendy's burger.
Hell yeah.
That happened in Atlanta. I'm going to guess Georgia.
Alabama.
It happened in Alabama. A former Wendy's employee, Amy Siebert, laid claim to a half-smoked marijuana joint found in a customer's burger. She said that she misplaced it in the burger and was promptly fired and arrested for possession of marijuana.
She wasn't in possession of it anymore.
I know, she gave it away, man.
It's better than the finger they found in Wendy's chili.
I need to go to Wendy's.
Number 5, man arrested for cussing.
Georgia. They like talk a lot of shit down there.
They just bark.
There's got to be a First Amendment story to this somewhere, but I'm gonna go with other.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A Milwaukee man, Tim Duncan, was fined $500 for disorderly conduct after he swore on a bus. Specifically, he used the words starting with F and starting with S. He was given the fine after undercover police officer on the bus overheard him, ordering him off the bus. Duncan had merely sworn while having a conversation and hadn't directed towards anybody specifically. When Duncan went public with his, content to, fight the fine, the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Department explained they had a zero tolerance policy in regards to disorderly behavior on buses, and it was an issue of quality of life for the area's citizens.
Well, that's some bullshit.
He's still a hell of a basketball player.
Oh yeah, he's a great basketball player. All right, we'll be back to close out today's show. That was Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or Other, presented by C&D Tire in Oak Ridge.
Hey y'all, it's the Vol Daddy. The C&D Tire Pros are your go-to experts for nearly all of your vehicle needs. Located in the heart of Oak Ridge at 164 Fairbanks Road, they've got a 4.8 out of 5-star rating, and that's very hard to do in the tire business. Tire installation, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, tire rotation, tire repair, brake changes, oil changes. Hell, they'll even paint your back porch. I've known Zach since he was in diapers. We went to church together. We went to school together. We played football together. And he's been changing tires since he's been in diapers. Give them a call today, 865-483-7455. Like them on Facebook. That's C&D Tire, 865-483-7455.
All right, and we're back. We're going to close out the show. What'd you think about it, Justin?
I had a great time. Appreciate the invite today. Hope to come back again whenever Spank doesn't show up. I heard he's taking care of some funny things, but that's Spank for you.
He's dodging me.
Dodging you.
He's
Dodging me.
Beautiful Bobby Eaton's better than Dolph Ziggler. But that's
No,
that's
no.
their story.
Don't forget about our live show this Saturday, 9 to 5. That's going to be at Smoky Mountain Convention Center for the Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase. Like them on Facebook. They've got the event there. We're going to do some live giveaways. Dylan Sampson's going to be there. Abby Eckler, DJ Jefferson, Jalen Wright, Billy Ratcliffe, Gerald Riggs Jr., Chip McCollum. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a whole lot more than that.
Doing autograph signings. Like a meet and greet kind of ordeal.
Yeah, they're going to have, I'm sure they'll be selling cards and just kind of like a sports expo or something.
Yeah, they have on the Facebook page listed all who's going to be there, how much it is to get something signed, what you can buy there to get signed if you don't have something yourself to sign, stuff like that. They got all the details.
Yeah, so, come by and check us out in Pigeon Forge Saturday.
And that's at Smoky Mountain Sports Showcase by Pomo Nodes on Facebook.
Yep. Got anything else?
That's it.
All right, episode 4 in the books. Hope y'all like it.
Go Vols.
Go Vols. Get Vawls deep.
Woo.